QB1, Blake Shapen, Mississippi State University. I had a chance to talk to you, about a month ago?
Yeah.
What's different between you now and then? Anything?
I mean, just working out right now. I think we talked after Spring Bowl or something like that. Yeah, so just working out, things like that, getting stronger. All the guys been back since May 28th, so just working out.
You talked, I think, to some of the local guys earlier today, and you said that you feel like you've got even more arm strength than you had before thanks to the rehab. You know, how far are you putting it down the field now?
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't tell you the exact distance on it, but I definitely feel like my arm's gotten stronger. I did a lot of rehab, obviously, when I got hurt, so I feel like that's helped a lot, which is whenever I came back, I started throwing, I was like, I feel like my arm's gotten stronger. So it definitely is a testament to all the rehab and treatment I was doing.
Is that something that, you know, when you think about arm strength, people want to think of immediately throwing the ball 50, 60, 70 yards down the field. How important is arm strength in the short throw?
Oh, I mean, it's important. You got to have touch in the short throw, I'd say. But, like, the way we're taught to put it on them quick. So, I mean, it's big for us. And then, obviously, you got to have it down the field, too, especially in our offense. As much as we throw the ball down the field, you got to have it down the field.
I was talking to Brenen Thompson earlier today, and what makes this offense so good for wide receivers, and it echoed something you told me, is it's simplicity. That really, when you get the basic tenets of this offense, there's nothing super complicated happening out there.
No, there's not at all. I think within the plays of each play, you know, the receivers don't have to think a lot, I feel like, but at the same time, there's a lot of options for them. So it creates a lot of, you know, whatever leverage they're getting, they can plant whatever way they want to go just based off the leverage they're getting, which gives them an advantage because they have a three-way go no matter what, depending on the play. And for them, they don't have to think a lot with the plays just because we're getting the plays in so fast, and they just go out and play free.
How quickly does chemistry build with a group? Because that's a lot of new faces in that room and in the tight end room as well. These are the guys you're going to be throwing passes to. Do you feel like you've already got those connections?
Yeah, for sure. I definitely do. Obviously, we brought in a couple new tight ends, so I'm building a connection with those guys right now. But it's definitely tough at first just because you don't know the human. You don't know where they're from or anything about them. But when you start to get to know them, it becomes very easy, especially with the type of dudes that we recruited.
What was the most important part of the spring for you in terms of, was it just about feeling healthy, or was it more about I need to dive deeper into this offense and get even more control of it?
I feel like for me it was just getting on the field again. I feel like I wanted to get acclimated to being back on the field. Obviously, when you miss, 5 or 6 months of just not being on the field, it's definitely weird for the first time. So just getting back on the field, and then obviously the X's and O's. Like, you never can stop learning more and gaining more knowledge on the offense.
I was telling you, it's a busy day for you. This is a busy day for me because I'm the only one that covers Mississippi State, so I'm on all these shows. People ask me about you and Jeff Lebby, and I say they have as good a quarterback-coach relationship as anybody I've ever covered. And I covered Dan Mullen and Dak Prescott when they were together. Why is there such a bond between you two guys?
I couldn't tell you the exact reason. I feel like it started just when he recruited me, and we hit it off right when we met in person, and ever since then it's been great. I mean, we have a good communication off the field. Whenever we're on break or whatever, he talks to me, calls me. Whenever I'm in the building, we talk about football, and that's it. And so whether it's about football or outside the building, like it's always a good time with Coach Lebby.
I had not had a chance to speak to Brenen Thompson prior today. Really impressed with him. And he's a guy who comes in with some knowledge of the offense, having worked for Jeff Lebby, or coach under Jeff Lebby there before. Is he a guy that when you think about what this team is going to be this year, you feel like he's going to be a big piece?
I definitely feel that way just because of his leadership capabilities and also him being in the offense. He was able to come in right away, know the playbook, lead the guys around him, help the guys around him. I feel like he's very vocal in his leadership too, which is kind of unheard of from the wide receiver position, a guy that's speaking up all the time. But he brings that element to it, which is pretty special. So he's going to be a key player for us this year.
I asked Coach Lebby this. I'll ask you. Had you ever met a human being named Fluff before?
No, I haven't. I definitely haven't. Somebody asked me earlier, what's Fluff's real name? Fluff.
It's Fluff, yeah.
Fluff. No, I've never met a human named Fluff.
Well, I mean, I'm a huge fan of the name.
Special.
Are you a Star Wars guy at all?
I'm not.
I'm about to say it's a very Star Wars name in my opinion. If you told me that Han Solo and Fluff Bothwell were together, I could buy into that. I won't nerd out on you too much. I think that the story of this team isn't on your side of the ball. I think whether or not Mississippi State achieves its goals this year happens with what they do defensively. When you were out there in the spring, could you see a difference in the talent, the speed, the ability of what you were seeing defensively?
Yeah, I could tell a difference the first day. Just I think with guys coming back that we brought back and then guys that we brought in, the biggest thing was communication. Like I remember last year at times there was not a lot of communication, but before the snap of the ball, you could hear guys talking, getting guys in the right spot. Guys were confident where to go. And I feel like that's huge. You got to have that communication piece to create the confidence. And I feel like they did a good job with that. And also they're comfortable in Coach Hustler's defense. So you can just tell by the way they're flying around in spring ball.
When you think about you talked about communication. Last year was about learning. Like you had to come in, you had to learn this offense. It wasn't about installation. This year was more about refining and things of that nature on both sides of the ball, really.
Yeah.
And Levy talked to me about that. He said, I thought continuity was very important. How much, you go 2-10. Sometimes you expect there to be some changes. How important was it for you to have the same coaching staff, the same communication, the same language for everything?
I think it's very important. I think for the defensive side of the ball, Coach Hutzler being back is huge just for the second year in the system for these guys. They all look up to him. I mean, he's a great coach. He's energetic. He brings energy every single day, and those guys love him. So him being back's huge. They all got confidence in him, and then the whole offensive staff pretty much being back is pretty special.
We had a Coach David Cutcliffe on earlier, and I asked him, "Can you watch football as a fan?" And he's like, "I cannot." When you watch other games, do you watch as a quarterback?
I try. I try to watch it normally, but I can't because I'm always looking at coverage, the scheme, or whatever play they're running versus coverage. So it's hard for me to just sit back and watch a game without thinking about any X's and O's.
So I do have to ask this because I noticed a trend with you, with the players, with Coach Levy. Was there a conscious decision to go with no ties, or was that just something that happened?
No, it's funny. So last year we're on the plane, and I had a tie on, and Levy goes, "You're wearing a tie?" I was like, I thought we had to wear a tie. He was like, I'm not wearing a tie. I said, all right, cool. I ain't wearing one either. So this year I just didn't even bring a tie.
I see, I don't know if you know this or not, Mike Leach was here a few years back, and he railed on the necktie. He was like,
really?
The person who invented this is a blank. And you can guess what word he used there. And
yeah.
I've never agreed with the man more, and I agreed with him a lot. So, the necktie can go the way of the dodo as far as I'm concerned. I've asked this from all the guys. I know you have team goals, and those are the most important. You want to win games, but I know you have individual goals as well. How do you intertwine those? How do you look at I need to achieve my individual goals so we can make our team goals?
Yeah, I think for me, the better I play, the more games we're going to win. So I feel like it correlates. And for me, I got to be prepared every week. Like it's my last game. This is my last season, so I'm about to give it everything I have. And so I think the biggest thing is just being prepared. I have goals to throw for a lot of yards. I have goals to throw for a lot of touchdowns. But at the end of the day, I'm here to win games. I want to win games, and I want to put Mississippi State back to where it was.
Do you think you've got the team to do it around you this year?
I definitely do. We got receivers that can make plays all over the field. I mean, our running back room is 4 or 5 deep. I mean, any guy that we put in can go make plays. And then the defensive side of the ball, we returned some guys from last year, and we brought key pieces in. The interior is a lot different. And then, like I said, Coach Hutzler being back is huge just because they feel comfortable with him.
You know that when these predictions come out, I don't know how much you guys pay. That's my question, I guess, is are you a bulletin board material guy? Do you look at this stuff and go, these guys, they don't believe in us? Are you a chip on your shoulder guy? How do you look at preseason expectations outside the program?
Yeah, I would say earlier in my career I would look at a lot of that stuff, and I feel like it motivated me early on in my career. But I'm at the point now where I've seen how much that stuff changes in a year. It doesn't matter what they put out the previous, right before the season. It only matters how many games you go and win because you can change that narrative very quickly. So I used to look at that type of stuff. I've kind of gotten to the point where that stuff doesn't bother me at all.
How hard would I have to work to get you to talk about a game outside of Southern Mississippi? Is it all locked in 1-0? That's all we're concerned about?
Yeah, it's 1-0. I don't want to talk about anything past it, and that's really where we're at. We got to go win the first one. That's where we're at.
I like that mentality, though, because it really does, I think, compartmentalize things for you. He's like, I'm not worried about a 12-0. I'm worried about 1-0.
No doubt.
So that's a really good point. One last thing. What's something about Blake Shapen that people don't know?
I'd say I like to play a lot of golf outside of my time in football. Hang out with buddies, play Fortnite, stuff like that.
Played Waverly?
Yeah, it's special.
It's outstanding. Have you gone down and played Dancing Rabbit yet?
Yes, I played that too.
Okay.
That's
Mossy
awesome
Oak?
too.
I
have not played Mossy Oak.
I don't think people
That's the one I
realize, like, Starkville area there's golf courses.
There's
great
sure.
courses to play. And I'm not a golfer, but I know these courses are out there.
Yeah, it's one of the best courses. I mean, shoot, Waverly's probably one of the best courses I played. I mean, so.
What do you shoot?
I don't want to talk about it. I've told everyone that today. I don't want to talk about it.
You don't want to talk about it? So we have, we have Richard and Michael on the show, a couple Ole Miss guys. So they play a lot of golf, obviously, because they got money. And they're probably not. What? I was making fun of you. Yeah. Yeah, so, they don't like to talk about their golf games either, so don't feel bad about it. All right.
Sounds good.
Blake Shapen, Mississippi State quarterback. I look forward to seeing you this season. Look forward to seeing you down the road. I think you're going to have a great season. Looking forward to talking about it.
Thank you.
All right.